Good morning, everybody. How's it going? Just out here working. Just getting ready to bring a truck back, and we're going to get to loading again. Looking good, Monty. Bring it back. That'll work. All right, we're going to get things fired up. How's everybody doing today? Appreciate you guys hanging out. Hey, Carmel. Yeah, I suppose if you want to call sitting in an air conditioned cab and loading trucks, yeah, working hard. How's everybody doing today? You guys are new to my channel. I usually do coin roll hunts, and had to be to work super early this morning, so I wasn't able to do that. So I thought I'd bring you guys along for a little bit of work today. So hope you guys are enjoying your day. Giving instructions get tough sometimes. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Some days, but appreciate you guys hanging out and joining me this morning. So hopefully it's not jiggling too much, but I got you sitting on the buddy seat in the cab here. We're loading trucks. Hey, Naughty. Good morning. Aloha. Just hanging out this morning, doing a little work. Kind of give you a little quick tour here. So, how's your day going at work? Not bad. So, we're loading trucks. This is one of our trucks. And we're backing corn out of this bin here. And we got another vac back there running. And they're putting the corn in this catch cart. And I'm putting it right up there. So it is a gorgeous day. Couple clouds, nothing terrible. So, can you guys hear that radio in the background? If not, I can turn it down a little bit. It is a beautiful day. Just started my 16-hour shift on the forklift and ready to start my day. Nice. Been there, done that. So we got 7 people in here. Let me tilt you guys just a little bit here. How many pounds of corn grain goes into one of those trailers? We've got it's 1,000 bushel. Usually average on these trucks, and a bushel of corn weighs 57 pounds on average, so about 57,000 pounds. You bet, Naughty. You too. I appreciate you stopping in and hitting that like button and joining me today on my day of work. You have a blessed one as well. So yeah, we get each truck holds about 1,000 bushels. Someone's getting the wood chipping punishment, just like hoarding. Yeah, these guys when they leave loaded, the payload and the truck and trailer weigh about 96,000 pounds. Thanks, Jim. Thanks, sir. Appreciate you. And it takes somewhere right around 15 minutes to load a truck. So the bin that we're backing out, we started yesterday morning. We had a good day. We moved about 28,000 bushel of corn and kind of had a slow start today. But this bin that we're backing out holds about 65,000 bushel. So we need to do that. We got to have 2 good days and a couple hours probably tomorrow. So, hey, Gabby, thanks for stopping in. Hey, Vapes, how's everybody doing? Appreciate you guys stopping in, hitting that like button, joining me this morning on this beautiful Tuesday. It is gorgeous out. We had some storms roll through last night, but or yesterday afternoon. We just were finishing up, and the storms rolled in, and we had some really heavy rain. Got about an inch and a half in about 15 minutes. Oh yeah, I don't know what happened there, but I was only live for a couple. I went live on the way to work, and then from the office out here to this remote grain site. So good, Monty. So I start and stop, or I stop. The drivers have gauges in their truck to know when they have enough on the front, and then I stop them where they need to be in the back, and then they tell me when to shut her down. All right, thanks for letting me know. Hey, Opal, thanks for stopping in. Yeah, I seen you change your name. Watching the corn fill in, all I can think about is popcorn. Yeah, well, different popcorn, different corn. Yeah, this is field corn. So, yeah, we don't. I mean, there is some popcorn raised here in Iowa, but not anywhere around here. But if you put this in the microwave, it's not going to pop. It's just going to burn. Really? Well, that's unfortunate there, Opal. I don't know why anybody would want to threaten anybody on YouTube. Hope it wasn't anything serious. Huh. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, I hope things can work out. But yeah, we're just loaded trucks hanging out today. Serena, thanks for stopping in. I've got a semester exam tomorrow. Wish me luck doing my mechanical engineering degree. Congratulations. Good luck. That's uh that's quite an accomplishment if you get that. That's great. Name and shame and let me Let me at her. Ace will go get her. Interested. So, anybody watch B Waller last night? He had lots of giveaway. EQ did her 500 sub giveaway last night with B Waller. I wasn't able to make it for that, but I was able to. I was able to get in at the end. I like watching some farmers in South Dakota. They move a lot of corn and soybeans. Yes, they do. We are moving. We are moving corn today. We're backing out of grain bin, corn bin, and getting it ready for basically a changeover of seasons. We're taking the old corn out and we're gonna put it back in. Hey, Goomba, how's it going? Thanks for stopping in, sir. Appreciate you. So, just hanging out this morning. I need a drink this morning. Nice, but no, I am gonna do a giveaway to BC, of course. Yeah, I got my earbud in, listening to you guys, or watching trucks load, reading chat, hanging out. It's kind of a nice day. It is a gorgeous day. I'm gonna take you guys for a little spin around the tractor here. It is a gorgeous day. There's all my controls. There's the backs. We got another one back there. And then we got that right there, the catch cart. It is a beautiful day. Let me get you guys set back down here. Lift the tote. Use a forklift, Goomba. That or forks on a tractor. That works the best. So, mean being Deneen commented, and the Iowa don't mess with me either. Deneen commented, keep it up. When I come to Iowa, I'll see you. Huh. So, but, well, we got one back shut down. We got the other one still rolling. So, here in Queensland, Australia, people in the farming industry paid a fortune. It's considered one of the best jobs after mining. Well, I would love to get into farming. I grew up on a farm. We got out of farming when the bad got worse back in the 80s. And I've been involved with agriculture my entire life. I would have used the bucket on the skid loader, but it was the only big table saw, no biggie. Ah, gotcha. So, but yeah, I grew up in farming. Been farming. We farmed until mid '80s when we had to get out because the bad got worse. But see if we can idle this back a little bit, smooth out the jiggle. But there, let's start putting some more corn in here, and we'll be able to get going a little better. But yeah, farming in Iowa is, if you're not born into it and you haven't had a family farm, you're probably not going to get into farming. Takes a lot of money, a lot of capital right off the bat just to get into farming. If you don't own your land, you got to rent it, and then usually anywhere from about $275 an acre to some guys paying upwards of 350, so or more. So, and the equipment costs. Oh, don't get me started on equipment costs. So, but yeah, we're the it's $350 a year per acre. That's what the cost. That's what your rent would be for an acre of ground, and we usually raise right around 200 to 210 bushel per acre of corn. And right now, I think oh, I didn't see what market was doing, uh, but your average price of corn is $4 an acre. Not to mention the cost of inputs and stuff like that. Look at that sweaty corn. Not sweet corn, Larry. It is field corn. Everything here is in weeks, but it's salary payout with rental payments. We've got on the sick of the system. Yeah. So yeah. So you raise 200 bushel corn on 1 acre, and your input costs are probably going to be running you probably about fertilizer would be about $400 per acre, along with chemical costs. Your rent, say 350. Uh, you haven't added any machinery costs or anything like that, but so you're looking at $8,000 in corn value, and then you take off $400 on this and $800 on that. And, by the time you're said and done, if you can get about $800 profit off your crop per acre, you're doing really good. The whole life and owed the bank until the day he died. I hear you. We got out of farming in the early mid '80s, and talks about the corn sweat. Sorry, it was funny in my head. No problem. I get the meat sweats when I eat too much barbecue, but uh, but yeah, that's the corn does sweat out in the field. It will release moisture, and that's where we get a lot of our humidity from here in Iowa. So we raise corn and soybeans in Iowa. 10-4, thank you. I was just told this driver's full, so we're gonna shut her down. And you can just see it. Maybe you can't. Just see it maybe at the top of the drain, right about there. Just at the top of the trailer. You're loaded. And we got us another one. All right. Bring this guy in and we'll yes it is. The corn's looking really good. Corn is looking really good. Can't complain. We got a little bit of hail last night, but not terrible. Straight on back, Will. Looking good. So, but that's just me chattering to the driver on the radio. That'll work. Hey, Will, pull her up and pull her to your right. Hey, Will, pull to your right and pull ahead. Hey, Will, turn to your right and pull ahead, please. Yeah, pull to your right and pull ahead. I've got you too far back by one bow. That'll work. Thank you. So, yeah. Hey, DW, good morning. Grew up thinking it was combine and not combine. When I was raised with my dad and grandpa, great memories. Yes, sir. There must be a huge demand for them. Yeah, it is not popcorn, Serena. It is field corn. We turn it into ethanol and we turn it into feed. So we're this is going to one of our. Stop saying hi and hit the like button. Thanks, DW. But yeah, we turn. I see Will listens well. Yeah. Well, I might have grabbed. See, I'm running two different frequencies, so I got to remember which driver's running which frequency. So I got to make sure I pick up the right radio. So that's partly my fault. Or am I really working? Well, yeah, you can call it that. But when you enjoy what you do, you never work a day in your life. And that's a fact. I don't care where you are. I don't care where you are, what you do. If you enjoy it, it's not work. And I enjoy it. I love my job. I love my job. So, especially when I get out of the office and get to come out here and do stuff like this, especially when you're sitting in a nice air conditioned cab of a really nice tractor and sit here and get to load trucks all day. So, anybody find anything recently in any coin roll hunts or pick up anything really nice at any shows or it's paid work? Hey, it is paid work. I do get paid. So I appreciate you guys all hanging out and stopping in and saying hi and joining me this morning. Might be a little different than my normal coin roll hunts that I do in the morning, but I've been at work I leave the house at 6 o'clock and I'm up and ready to roll here at work at no later than 6:30. So I had to kind of not do the coin roll hunts this morning and yesterday morning and probably tomorrow morning the way it's looking. But I think we'll get back at it come Thursday. So I think I've finally got all my WWP auctions win yesterday. Did a live for a bit. Nice. Searching dime. First roll is a 1961 Philly. Nice. Very nice, JC. I haven't found silver in a long time in rolls. It's been a long time. But I do a lot of penny hunts, so even doing nickels, I didn't get much as far as war nickels. Yeah, I seen most of your videos, Gary. It's you got some really nice stuff, really nice looking stuff. We're gonna idle this thing down a little bit and see if we can't get rid of some of the shake here. How does the driver and the truck know max level is in the tip tail tweet? Uh, so they go by the driver in the front. They go by an air gauge that basically once they figure it takes a little bit of practice, but uh, once they get a certain psi on that air gauge, they know how much weight they need in the front. So they gauge that by that gauge. So then they pull ahead on the front, and then there's also a gauge for the rear axles. And once that psi gauge reaches a certain percentage of pounds per square inch, then they tell me when to shut it off. So 1903 for $3 on whatnot. Nice, very nice gift. Also, 2024 BU saved because of low mentions. Yep, absolutely. That's the ones. That's the ones to save. The 24s and the you said dimes, right? I think you said dimes. So yeah, the 09s. I think there's an 80 in there too. 1903 penny. Nice. So, but well, we're just sitting there hanging out, and you guys are watching me work. So if you can call it work. So I figured I'd just jump on here and do a little bit of live streaming, gain some watch hours. Maybe some people want to see what goes on a daily in the co-op life. Got to go through the dimes again. Yeah, I think it's the 2009s or low mintage. Pretty sure. Can't remember now. Maybe that's just nickels. But I was thinking all the 2009s were low mintage. So the driver just he figured he was getting a little heavy or a little getting a little crowded in that front hopper. So he's gonna move up in a little bit and then he'll finish topping it off, and then I was in Davenport, Iowa, back in mid-May. I should have reached out. It was only for an evening. I had to fly back out. Yeah, Larry, Davenport. That is a drive for me. That would be a drive. I need to check out Box of Dimes. Yeah, well, I have not. I do not get. I got no pleasure doing dimes. My eyes are so bad. I would have to scope every single one just to see the date. It's just not the. I don't care to do dimes. I'll do pennies, and a lot of them I got to scope too. You are based in Des Moines or Cedar Rapids? No, I am North Central Iowa. Just started about a 2009 this year. Didn't have any tail this year. Yeah, the whole show they are new, but I'll check the 24s. So new as in 2026. Yeah, Davenport's a drive. Davenport is quite a drive. That'll work, sir. That's good, Will. So, where about are you, Goomba? Goomba's northeast Iowa. He's a little bit more northeast. I'm north central. Okay. All right. I was just wondering if they were 20. You said new, so I thought maybe they were 2026s. Yeah, Goomba's actually about Osage. Yeah. You're about 2 hours from me, if I remember right. Because it's an hour to Mason City. How far is it from Mason City to you, Gary? Are you 45 minutes? I guess it's an hour and 10 minutes for me. 45 minutes? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I think we're about 2 hours apart. Yeah, we're about 2 hours apart. So, well, I just can't get the jiggle out of this damn tractor. I've already idled her back more than I really want to. I'm only running about 960 RPMs. Usually I like to run at about 1,000 RPMs, but kind of starts to jiggle when it's running empty or running low. I got my gate open. You can kind of see, well, maybe you can't see. You can kind of see right about there is my gate gauge. That tells me how far I got it open. And they're pumping the corn in up here from these two vacs. Get you guys situated again. Yeah, it's a diesel. Yeah, it's a really nice tractor too. It's what is it? It's a 7R 250 front assist John Deere. Nice tractor. It's got air conditioned. It's got a massage seat. I can turn on the seat to where it's. I have to jiggle it run low. Yeah, absolutely. But it's wheeled. It's wheeled, Gary. But yeah, it's a really nice tractor. I think it's maybe 2 years old, 3 years old at the oldest. So company owned. So yeah, you see the wheels, but I have run one of the nicer track tractors. Those are nice to run. Smooth, man, they are smooth. You don't get the wheel hop like you do when these things are cold. When these tractors are cold, you get that wheel hop because the air pressure in the tires are low, so they get flat spot in them, and you know got a bit of Australian accent. That's how they talk over here. The only difference is they use the word mate. Okay, well, I guess I don't see myself as having an accent, but I did pick up a little bit of an accent when I spent time down at boot camp down in Oklahoma. I I learned to use I've always ever since that I've used y'all, and that's probably about the only thing I've had. If I really try, I can get my a little bit of a southern accent. I do use y'all. Last night we had a fire meeting. That was went out and we did some training. We haven't done it for a while, so we wanted to do some training on foam, the use of foam in the firefighting service. We use AF or no ARA triple F firefighting foam because we have an ethanol plant close to us. So we use that in case we ever have a fire at our ethanol plant. We also can use it for. We use other foam, a triple F foam for car fires, house fires, hay bale fires, stuff like that. But we hadn't done it in a while, so we wanted to do a little training with that. So we brought one of the pumper trucks out and got our siphons and our jugs all out, and we laid down a good bucket of foam or two, and I was on the end of the nozzle, and the chief wanted me to build up a foam, and he says try to get it up to a foot. So then I I laid down about a 2 foot layer of foam by the time we were all said and done. Chief was kind of impressed. I've learned that folks from Iowa are just Southerners whose accents decided to keep moving further inland. Yeah, you can say that. Hey, there's Jack Gelman. Mr. Gelman, how are you, sir? Appreciate you stopping in, hitting that like button. Neighbor Jack Gelman. Yeah, we I we Iowans we do even some of the people that live in the big cities they're considered country. So we might do things a little bass backwards yeah, bass backwards. Yeah. Has EMS made provisions for aerial firefighting and big fires that would something? 10-4, thank you. He just told me to shut her down, so I'm going to do that. Yep, you're good. Well, thank you. So I didn't get that email. I do have donuts over here in the red truck if you guys want some. Yeah, you'll just have to come get a donut and have that for your lunch, Will. So, but everybody expects me to buy lunch. What the hell? I'm pretty sure Canada will send their firefighter planes. Yeah, we do not. We have not seen anything as far as aerial firefighting here. And I don't know anybody around that has the capabilities. Oh, we got one down. We got another one backing in. Found a silver quarter last night. Nice, DW. Very nice. Congratulations, man. Looking good. We'll fire it up here. Come on back. That'll work, sir. That'll work, Dean. Ah, you should be all right. Had his radio off. Got to tell them to get the coin. You got coin, but you're not for spending. I'm assuming they have no firefighting airplanes and choppers. Yeah, Canada's got some serious. Yeah, that'll work. You got haze from Canada Fire? No, it's not bad. It isn't terrible. Last week, towards the end of last week, we you could see it just a little bit on the horizon. You could see a little bit of a yellow brown tint to the horizon uh, but it wasn't too bad. It was everything was kind of staying east of us, north and east of us, so it wasn't terrible. So we got 9 people in here. We got 15 likes. Y'all stay blessed. Back to work. Yep, Larry, you have a great day, man. I appreciate you coming in and hanging out. That's the irony. They're helpless with their current circumstances. Yeah, those wildland firefighters. I watched a clip yesterday of some smoke jumpers, and the stuff that they do is absolutely insane. I mean, I would love to do it, but my old ass body would not be able to handle the abuse that they go through. I Those wildland firefighters, they're a different breed. You're talking about packing 60 pounds of gear, jumping out of an airplane, packing everything that you're going to need, working 16 to 18-hour days, digging ditches, clearing ground, cutting trees, hot, dirty, filthy. It's just, my hat goes off to those gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen that do that, because you went to smoke jumper school in Missoula, Montana in the late 90s. Dude, that would be absolutely awesome. That would be absolutely awesome. That would be something that I've never jumped out of an airplane. I'd love to. I've repelled out of a helicopter, and I've done some other repelling, but I've never had the opportunity to jump out of a plane. And that's one thing I would love to do. My mother-in-law says she always wants to do it, but maybe I can convince her into paying my way, and I'd go with her. People wonder if my body is broken. Yeah, Gary, you don't have to tell me twice, man. I understand. That is some abuse, but yeah, it's those guys that jump out of airplanes into forests and into the timber and out into the. I mean, when you land, you're not landing in an open field. You're landing in trees, rocks, cliff edges, debris, brush. I mean, if you can aim for a nice open field, most of the time it's going to be freaking. You're going to have boulders and rocks and stuff. When you come down, boy, them guys come down hard. Come visit. We'll go to Baldwin, and you have to go. If I would be fine doing a tandem jump. I would be absolutely fine doing a tandem jump. I would prefer doing a tandem jump because I wouldn't know what the hell I'm doing. But yeah, I think that would be a blast. That, and I want to take my wife up in a hot air balloon sometime. I think that would be fun too. I think that would be so peaceful. Just floating around, that'd be amazing. So you drive here and I'll drive to Baldwin. Right. I'll, I'll see if I can get some time away from work. We might have to make that work, Gary. I might have to bring my mother-in-law along. She might want to go too. I was talking to a lady in Minneapolis this morning. She said their clouds are clear and the air quality is still breathable, considering how close Minnesota is to Orlando or Ontario. Yes, I think what helped us is we got some rain last night, so it cleared everything out. I think that made a big difference. But we did have some big storms. We got about an inch and a half of rain in about 15 minutes, so that did it for us. So hopefully you guys aren't getting too seasick. I cannot get the jiggle out of this thing. I don't want to run it any lower than I already got it. Yeah, I'll definitely give you some lead time. Ah, well, one soda down. Be drinking plenty of water today. Although it's supposed to be, I don't think we're supposed to get to 80 today. I think we're supposed to get to a high of maybe 79. So we're gonna be looking for a beautiful day. It's getting cloud cover now, so to the northeast, clouds are starting to roll in, and but it's still a beautiful day. Nice breeze coming out of the northwest, helping keep everything clean. We had uh, we had wind coming straight out of the south yesterday, and it was, gosh, this tractor, as you can tell with the windows and everything, it really dirtied up everything. So, but, I got 74 deeds. He sent me or he bought a 5 ounce copper round from Dad Hunt's Coins and had it sent to me. So I got that in the mail yesterday. I'm gonna do a mail call here one of these days. But oh, somebody's at my front door. Probably a delivery. Maybe it's another package. That'd be great. But anybody else find anything lately or get any good buys, whatnot, or eBay or anything like that? Your LCS? Hey, Ida. Well, thanks for coming in. Everybody, it's Ida. Ida Herring is joining us. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate you stopping in. Ida, I'm at work, if you can call it work. So I'll kind of give you a little bit of a tour here real quick. But we're loading corn, and we'll take a spin around real quick. And so yeah, one of our trucks pulled in. I'm running a 7R 250 John Deere. There's my controls right there. We're running two back trucks, and they're backing out out of one of our grain bins. You can kind of see that right there. Oh, I gotta move this guy here. That'll work, Dean. So, but so yeah, we got two grain backs. One back there, he's got his pipe shoved in through a hole in the bin. And then we've got another one right there, and they're putting the grain up in here in my catch cart, and then I am putting it in one of our trucks to be loaded out. There is sound. Can you hear me talking, Ida? Can you hear me talking? Okay. The guys just shut down because they need to clean out their dust collectors. So if you want to see that, they're scraping out all the dust. The dust collectors collect or a lot of the dust. Ida, you might have to leave and go back in or come back in. So, but do you hear AGI? Because I hear him. Okay. Hey, Tarragon Sue, how are you? So, can you guys hear the radio in the background? The guys chattering on the radios? Now we'll get fired up again. Yeah, you hear a bit? Okay. You got it fixed? All right, good, Ida. Idler back up. We're gonna have a little bit of a shake until we get some corn going. All right, so Ida, what we're doing is we're putting corn out of one of our grain bins into these semis, and I'll give you a little tour here. So we got the trucks here. I'm running a 7R 250 John Deere, and there's my controls right there. This turns the PTO on. This opens and closes my gate. This is my throttle. We're running about 950 RPM. And we got two grain backs. The grain backs are pulling out of the side of the bin here. And they're putting it up into the back end of my catch cart that I'm running. And I'm putting it in the semis. Dust explosion is so more than can be collected. Not, yeah, and we're not in a confined space. So we really don't have to worry too much about dust explosion because it's not confined. Grain vacs are so loud. Yeah, I'm in a cab of a very nice tractor. I got air conditioning. I've got a, I've got a, I've got a little mini fridge. I got a mini fridge here. We'll just open that up. I got a mini fridge there. I got some water. I got my lunch box. Uh, I've got a nice air conditioned seat with a nice cooled seat. It's got heat, air conditioning, and it's got shiatsu massage. So yeah, the cabs of these tractors are very soundproof. And if I was in an open cab, you would not be able. Yes, it does have an AC seat. Deeds, you woke up. How are you feeling this morning? A gallon of water and a couple aspirins. You doing good? All right. Hard work. Yes, it is hard work, but I love it. And it's not work because I enjoy a little tore up. I bet you are. Thanks very much for all you did last night on B Waller's channel. That was very nice of you. We got 12 people in here. We got 17 likes. I appreciate you guys hitting that like button, hanging out with me this today. Just sitting here in the cab, loading trucks. So normally I do penny roll hunts early morning, about 6:30 ish, until I get ready to go to work. But today I had to be in early. So if you enjoy what you do, it's not work. Amen. Amen, Ida. That is a fact. If you enjoy what you do, it is not work. And I love what I do, whether it's in the office or out here. Hey, Coin Husker, how are you doing, sir? The new John Deere tractors are nice. I just don't understand why they put the park and brake button so close to the auto steer. Right, right. Yes, sir. That's a that's fact. So, but yeah, we're just hanging out. Hey, JJ, thanks for stopping in, sir. Appreciate you. Just kind of hanging out and shooting the shit, just enjoying life. A beautiful day here in Iowa, north central Iowa. Looks like a fun drive. Well, thank you. It. I got to commute. I got to commute about 12, 12 miles a day, and it takes me about probably about 12 minutes, 15 minutes to get to work. They move out. Yeah. So what we do is we put a pile in the front, and we put a pile in the back, and they position those piles where they want them to balance out the load over the axles, so they can scale them according to the DOT. Our trucks are triple axle trucks and triple axle trailers. They hold about 1,000 to 1,100 bushel of grain. So hey, Walter, thanks for stopping in. They hold about 1,100 bushel of grain. Bushel of corn weighs 57 pounds, and so they're running their payloads about 57,000 pounds of corn per load. Yes, Iowa DOT is very particular. If you are overweight, you will get a ticket. And you can be underweight and still be over axle, and you can still get a ticket. So, but Yep, roughly about 20,000 per axle. Yep, about 18.5 or something like that, I think. But yeah, about 20,000. But yeah, so we're yesterday we moved about 28,000 bushel of corn, which is about 28 loads. Takes about 15, 20 minutes to load a truck. And so, yeah, we had a busy day yesterday. It was good. Today it was a little bit slower. Some of the drivers got here a little late. But so we were just kind of trying to play catch up now. Yeah, it was a good day. We try to shoot for about 30,000 bushel a day. This bin that we're pulling out of has got about 65,000 bushel roughly. So we're hoping to get that either done today or early tomorrow morning before it gets warm out. When I was plowing Canada, we could overload with as much as we wanted. So if the farmers are, as a company, we have to stick to certain guidelines put forth by the Iowa DOT. But the farmers, they kind of have the same thing, but they can go. I think it's 20% or 10% over axle weight because they don't have scales available to them on the farm. So since we have scales available, we have to stay as legal as possible. But the scales, you don't have that over on the farm, so they don't have that luxury of having scales. Do you know how long the corn dry before you do? So a lot of our corn came in this last fall. It came in dry. Uh, we like to keep corn right about that 15% range. Uh, a lot of the corn came in towards the end of harvest. It came in right in that 13, 14% range. We had a lot of dry, hot weather last fall, and so a lot of the corn came in real dry. So we did not have to do a lot of drying this last year. So which for a co-op, it's a big revenue source for us. So that helps us create some the corn going to Cargill and Blair. No, it's we have this corn right here is going from our bin site to one at that luxury of hauling it to our own. But we do have an ethanol plant, and we do supply corn for our own ethanol. But today we're shipping to our feed mill. Our chip trucks weigh between 100,000 and 120,000. Our trucks are legal at 96,000. That's the magic of ethanol. It absorbs the CO2 when it is produced and contributes to clean burning. Yes, yeah, ethanol. Ethanol is a good thing unless you're trying to put it in your garden tractor or your lawnmower. Um, ethanol is a great product. 10 So he just told me he's full, so I'm shutting her down. You're loaded, sir. And I'm telling the driver he can get out of here. So, but you better person than I am, and I did sleep until 8:30. You're loaded, dude. Good to go. I don't know why his radio ain't working. Yes, ethanol is hard on injectors. Not staying. And we got another guy pulling up. Corn used for feed and food, and the ethanol for the agriculture hemp biomass. Just saying, yeah. The but if we didn't have ethanol, we would have $2 corn. And if we had $2 corn, the the farming economy would be a lot worse than what it is already because it costs a lot to grow a bushel of corn. Costs about $1,600 an acre to grow a corn crop. You bet. Thanks, Ida. I appreciate you stopping in. Appreciate you subscribing and hitting that like button. That'll work, Mike. That'll work. Get this guy going here. Mike, can you hear me? Okay. You're sitting all right. Maybe when you pull ahead, move to your left about 6 inches. So, but yep, you bet, Jack. Have a great day. But how does the corn grain compose the sugarcane based ethanol? What's the difference? I don't know about sugarcane ethanol, but with corn, we get about 1.8 gallons of ethanol per bushel of corn. Corn on the ground at the beach. Yeah, I wish. Although that corn on the ground is about $2 worth of corn, and that's about it. And by the time it's done, it'd probably be pretty powdery and ground up to nothing. But hopefully we can get something. We'll get it all swept up and thrown back up in the trucks. But yeah, but at the end of the day, we sweep up the concrete. Luckily, we're loading on concrete, so it makes cleaning pretty easy. But bird feed, yeah, and there's plenty of them around. Plenty of pigeons around out here in the middle of nowhere. So, but as far as sugarcane ethanol, I don't know enough about it. Sweep it up and feed it to the deer and turkeys in the winter. That's what you do, yeah. The other day I was driving home to work, and once in a while you'll see these semi drivers. They'll need to clean out their hoppers or something, and because they'll be switching grains or something like that. And some of these guys will pull off the side of the road and open their hoppers and leave a pile of grain or corn or whatever they're hauling on the side of the road. And I keep thinking, every time I drive by them, I'm like, if I wasn't driving and I needed to get somewhere, and I had a scoop and some other a scoop and some 5-gallon buckets, I'd pick that up and I'd take to my father-in-law because he's got chickens, ducks, and turkeys. But that's where you get yours, yeah. Rest in peace to the home alone pigeon lady. Feed the Central Park pigeons. I suppose it probably could. It probably could. And I'm sure we probably we probably throw away more corn than what people could imagine. But some of the stuff we like when we switch from, if you've got one feed driver that has to switch loads or something, they go from a medicated to a non-medicated feed or something, and they need to flush. They'll put a couple 10 bushel of corn in, and they'll dump that into they'll run that through their their feed bottle, and they'll flush that out, and they'll run it into a dumpster, and that all goes out to the landfill, because we can't legally get rid of it because it's considered contaminated. Never learned too much about the actual trade of it. Thanks for the live education. You bet, Tisu. You bet. Yeah, Gary, that'd be a good way to pick up plenty of corn for the year. So, hey, 949, how's it going? Appreciate you coming back and stopping in. So we're just kind of hanging out and shooting the shit, having a good day. I should I should plug my phone in so you guys don't go dead on me. There. I remember to bring my rapid charger to work with me today so I can keep my phone charged. Always good to see you again. Yes, sir. So, anybody get any new buys or? I know Goomba got all his WWP stuff, Wounded Warrior Project buys that he did off of Ida's show and some others. I missed it because I was camping that weekend over the 4th, and I had very little service. So, a little more, Mike, if you want to. You're right on, Bo. You want to go a little bit more? You're right on a bow. That'll work right there if you need to top it off. This driver's just a little bit too close to me. So we're right on the edge of the opposite side of the trailer. So we got to watch, make sure we don't dump a bunch on the ground. I have a 21D Morgan coming, got mailed yesterday. Nice. Excellent. I got my 5-ounce copper round from 74 Deeds that he sent. He had Dad Hunt's coins send me, so I got that yesterday. Thank you very much, Deeds. I appreciate you. Appreciate your support. Aside from your local ethanol plant, do you guys ship them overseas? No, we don't ship anything overseas. A lot of the stuff that we have is used right here in north central Iowa, and we're gonna move this guy up here. Give me just a second, guys. That'll work, Mike. So, but yeah, so all our stuff gets used right here in north central Iowa. Uh, our co-op has two main feed mills and an ethanol plant, so we use up quite a bit of our own corn. Uh, so we don't, and we're far enough away from the river that our grain does not get to the river. Uh, so that's it. All pretty much we use it up. All of our grain we use ourselves. So everything stays here in north central Iowa. Got a $1 star note, 2009 diamond change yesterday from Wally World. Nice. 15% ethanol, bad for engines. No, it's not bad for engines. You can actually burn up in some of the newer vehicles. You can burn E85, which is 85% ethanol, or you can burn up to E30. Ethanol is a good thing. If we did not have ethanol, we would have $2 corn, and $2 corn in this economy, we would not be. Farmers would be going broke, and there would be no money to be made growing $2 corn. So to be able to use that corn in ethanol, it's almost it's a must. As far as your engines nowadays, they're they're built and made for that 15% ethanol, and I would not. I don't. I use premium no ethanol blend for my garden tractor and my lawnmowers and stuff like that, because it just burns. It burns better. Ethanol burns cleaner. We got a big ethanol plant down south of Floyd, west of Charles City. A lot of truck traffic up and down 218. Yes, sir. When you communicate with the driver, do you guys use do you guys use humble each other with call signs? No, we most of the time I know most of the drivers by name, so I can call them by name. Some of them go by radio call signs, but we don't. The FAA, they do monitor our all frequencies, so you have to keep it clean, and you can't be talking trash on there. But you guys use humble each other with call signs? No, we don't use call signs. Nope. We don't. There is some guys that have nicknames, but usually nothing too bad. Even by radio that piss off the big bosses. That was my impression of Beavis. But I'm not a very good Beavis and Butthead impersonator. But no, we just usually use each other's names. Sometimes we'll use truck numbers or something like that. But my 2010 Ford takes E15 most of the time, but at times I'll put in a tank of E85 depending on how cheap it is. No ethanol and two strokes. Yep. Yep. Yeah. I mean, if you tried running a chainsaw on ethanol, it's not going to run very well. You try to run in your lawnmower, yes, it's going to run, but it's not going to run as well on straight no lead gas than it will with ethanol. Yeah, your 2 and 4 stroke motors, they don't take kindly to, I mean, they run, Don't get me wrong, and it's not going to hurt anything, but they do run better on premium gas with no ethanol. So we've had a pretty good stroke here, pretty good stroke of luck here lately. We've been getting trucks right in and out, not having to shut down. This morning was it was a little hard this morning getting going. We had two trucks show up first thing this morning, and that was about it. Now we've got a total of five. We're supposed we're supposed to have eight trucks today. We had eight trucks yesterday, and it was clicking off pretty good. Yeah, yes, Greg, that is correct. If you keep your you just put straight premium in your lawnmowers or your two cycle or your two stroke and four stroke motors, they will last a long time. Yep, that is correct, Tisu. It does not burn near as hot. So, oh, I gotta stretch out, getting a little cramped in this big old cab. Oh, one of these days, or one of these times, I'm gonna have to get up and do a little walking. Then I'll have to activate the shiatsu massage in the chair. Runs rocket fuel. I never run rocket fuel. Need to pull up bar above you for stretching. Yeah, it, that probably wouldn't hurt. Then I can get off my ass. Here, I'm complaining. It's probably 70 degrees, 72 degrees out, and I'm complaining about having to be sitting in this cold ass cab. Well, thanks, Will. I appreciate you coming in. I'm glad you learned something, and hope you enjoyed the stream. Glad you stopped by. I appreciate you hitting that like button and hanging out with us this morning. So just me sitting at work. Does your tractor go through a lot of diesel and load up? I filled it up yesterday, and I'm sitting just about 2/3 full yet. So I filled it up yesterday. We ran for Denver. So this driver just went full. They told me, okay, Mike, you're loaded. Thank you, sir. So yeah, we're burning. Oh, right now I'm burning. The action here. We got a little bit of time here, so I'll show you. So right now it's telling me I'm burning zero point 0.8 gallons an hour. Not even a gallon an hour. So, and we're sitting at idle right now. Well, a little less than idle, a little more than idle. Now we're at idle, but oh, we got us another one. He's backing it in here like a boss.
34 Preston, 59, in the parking lot.
That'll work, Matt. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
That'll work. Idler up here, and we'll put the grain to it. And we got corn. Let's see here. That actually a lot less than expected. Pretty good. Yeah, it. I mean, the efficiency of these tractors. The only thing I don't like is they do burn DEF. So getting exposed to fuel 10 hours a day takes a toll on your health. I used to work in the airport, and see, it would if I was exposed to the elements, it would be. But the fumes from the engine nozzle is very aggravating. Yeah, and right. I mean, I'm not getting exposed to any elements. We've got these tractors have cabin air filters where they filter out all the dirt and the dust and the particulates from any fumes. So it's about as fresh air as you can get. Actually, it's probably better than the air outside, especially being outside in this dusty environment. But DEF can be a disaster. I've had a tractor, and a combine issue. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I am not. I hate DEF. I think DEF is a joke. We They say it burns so much better, and it's just it's just a pain in the ass. I just can't stand DEF, and it's ridiculous that the government is making us do that. And I think there are laws right now being thrown out there that I think there's laws out there right now that are supposed to eliminate the DEF and the use of DEF, which I hope they get passed. More fun on the flight deck of a carrier. I bet, JJ. Yeah, I mean, why are we putting urea and water in our fuel to make it burn cleaner in our diesels to eliminate the exhaust? It's just what a pain in the ass. Yeah, I can't stand death. It blows my mind why we got to do that shit. I'm gonna idle this thing back a little bit. See if we can get rid of some of this shake. There we go. That's running smooth or smoother.
Route 79 and a 34 handle or 5 out.
Anybody got any plans today? Goomba's heading into town later. I'm gonna be working all day, so I won't be going nowhere. I'll be sitting in this tractor all day. But hey, Matt, can you hear me all right? Yeah, he just gave me the thumbs up.
Yeah, now I could have before.
I don't know why that is. This radio's been going in and out, so you'll just have to bear with me if you don't hear me. Just don't bowl completely out. In trucking, does the DEF still make trucks have to burn cycle with clean? Yes, they do. We've got some. We had some first gen trucks that came out that they would have to go through a regeneration cycle, and the drivers would basically have to. The drivers would have to sit for 10, 15 minutes while that regen cycle would fire up. Back in the day, the folks who lived next to the airport runways could smell the fuel. Oh, I bet. Equipment maintenance, like on Gold Rush, so well, most important safety. Absolutely. Excuse me. Yeah, equipment maintenance. That's a big thing. So appreciate you guys all hanging out. This has been kind of fun. Enjoy getting to chat with everybody. If you learn something, great. If you don't, well, maybe you knew it all. So, like I said earlier, I've been in agriculture my whole life. Been working for the same company for the last 20. Oh, it'd be 29 years this August, and I love what I do. I wouldn't trade it for anything. And every day is different. You're never doing the same thing twice, not day after day. I think that's kind of what I love about it. So some of you guys might be out there in the background lurking. I think we better, let's see. Let's make Serena a moderator so you can check out Serena. You can go check out all these people's channels if you don't already subscribe. I would recommend going and do that. If anybody's got a link that they want to drop, go ahead and do that. But Serena, you are now a moderator, so you can go out and check out all these people's channels. Some great people, a lot of good content creators. How do you find the maintenance contracts with John Deere? I know farmers who get mad at the fact that the lockdown. Yeah, it's kind of bullshit. And there are, I don't know if they passed them yet or not, but and I don't know the exact wordage, but there is a bill or a law that is trying to be pushed through, and I think it's the right to maintenance or something, right to maintenance your own equipment. And some of the stuff that in these tractors and combines nowadays, it takes almost a rocket scientist with a computer to do this stuff. Yes, right to repair it. Absolutely. Yep, that's what it is. But yeah, we we usually have decent support, but it's it can be hit and miss sometimes. That'll work, Matt. But so the right to repair is it's so that you can go anywhere. So if you have a John Deere and you got somebody that has the technology and the ability to work on that piece of equipment, then you should have the right to do that. You should be able to have the right to pick out whoever you want to work on your equipment. Now, on the flip side of that is the cost of having those repairs done can be, I mean, it's hard to find somebody that isn't a John Deere dealer or a Case IH dealer or something like that that can work on that. Hey, BH, I work in IT and we share the same sentiment. Apple and a lot of other companies have lockdown. Right. And automotive is gotten to be that way too, I think, because the technology in these vehicles and these tractors and the combines is so much that that it takes. I mean, we had a guy. I had a grower that was broke during harvest in his combine, and he was sitting in the middle of the field, and it wouldn't go anywhere. And it wasn't anything mechanical; it was all in the computer system. So they had to have a guy come out, some nerd come out and hook up his laptop, go through the system, clear out whatever bugs it was having, and then he got up and running. But it took almost 6 hours for them to figure out what was going on with it. And that's kind of what I guess kind of irks me is like everything is. I mean, back in the day when we were farming, shoot, we had a 3020, a 4440, an old Oliver 77, and uh, Farmall M and a Farmall H. And that's what we have. Actually, we had two 4440s, but that's what we farmed with, and an old 660 combine. And there wasn't a lick of electronics on there except for turn the key and hope the lights come on. But and we did just fine. But we didn't farm 10,000 acres. And in today's economy, to be able to make a go of it, you need to farm a lot of acres 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000 acres. And the small farmers that farm 250 acres, 300, 360, or whatever, you don't have those guys anymore. Those guys have gone by the wayside. Yeah, you lose an entire day just because of a glitch or something in the computer system. So, BH, you guys, some of you are new here, so I'm going to give you a little tour. So, we're putting corn in, we're loading corn out into some semis, and I'm running a 7R 250 John Deere tractor. There's my control panel, and there's my throttle. That is my PTO. That runs my gate to open and close my catch cart. Or we got a vac truck here backing corn out of a bin. We got another vac truck back there, and they're putting it up here in the catch cart. And then I'm putting it in the semis, and we're hauling it out to one of our feed mills. So, so yeah, that's what I'm doing today. You're hunting scents today. Nice. Manufacturer want exclusive rights to control the equipment you buy and lease. Yep, absolutely. Do modem farms even know what to do with the GPS? Sometimes I wonder. Yeah. Yeah, we had. I'm not farming. We're just loading, but I am in Iowa. We're in Iowa. Is it heaven? Nope, it's Iowa. Going to Jack Daniels. No, this is all gonna end up at our feed mill. We do have an ethanol plant that we also ship corn to. It's one of our company, or we're linked up with our ethanol plant that's local. Uh, but we so it does. If you can say that some of our corn goes to make moonshine, it's just not drinkable. Central Minnesota, nice. Well, thanks for stopping in, Paul. Appreciate you stopping in. Paul, we're going to make you blue so you can go check out all these great people. Check out all these wonderful people. They have everybody here pretty much has a channel, and our content creators. Yes, finally a cool morning. It was 65 degrees this morning. It was a beautiful morning. I think we're up to about 70, 72 right now. But it was a beautiful morning. Near Cambridge. All right. Yeah, you're just north of us. I am north central Iowa. We got 9 people in here. We got 29 likes. This is awesome. I appreciate you guys stopping in and hanging out while I'm sitting here at work. If you guys are new to the, well, Goomba, why aren't you blue? What the hell? Maybe this is the first time you've been in my live chat. That's why I haven't been able to make you blue. There, Gary, you're blue now. So yeah, if you guys are blue, you can stop in and hit everybody's channels up. If you want, drop your link in chat. If you have anything special you want somebody to see, drop that video link. I'm all for it. I love helping other people grow their channels because I've had a lot of help growing mine. And it's probably one of the best communities. All the small dairy farmers are gone, mostly large crop farmers in my area. Yeah, we don't have a lot of livestock around here. We've got some cattle and we've got a lot of hogs, but they're all confinement hogs. A lot of confinement chickens. A lot of confinement chickens. A lot of our feed goes to feed the chickens and swine. So no, I wasn't even paying attention. I've been used to seeing everybody blue, and that's what I like to see. Normally, Paul, usually I do penny roll hunts about 6:30 in the morning till about 7 o'clock when I get ready for work. I do that Monday through Friday before I head to work normally, but the last 2 days and tomorrow I've got to be at work super early so we can get this work done. And so I haven't been able to do that lately. So hopefully by Thursday I'll be back at it doing it again. You're tired. Why are you tired? It's Shelly, that's too bad. I'm sorry that you're tired. They say the cure for being tired is to get more sleep or get some rest. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate you. This driver should be getting close to full. I can see the top of the pile starting to peek over the top of the truck. There we got the word. 10-4. Close my gate. Kill my PTO. You're loaded, sir. Can you hear me now? Yeah, this mic button must be a little funky. You didn't say that? So we're just waiting for a truck now. Hopefully we can get one here soon. Yep, he's just pulling in. We got us a driver. Who do we got? Used to log off the drainage ditches over by Raymond and William back in the 70s, 80s, a couple of years ago. Nice. Looking good, Jared. Bring it straight back. A little more. That'll work. Now we're going to open the gate and we're going to put the coals to it. And we got golden corn. Hey, Jared, can I get you to come back about another 6 inches right on the bow? That'll work. How long does it take to fill? It takes about 15, 20 minutes, depending on how much my vacs are running. So it takes about 15 minutes to put out about 1,000 bushel of corn. I'll give you a quick tour here. So we're loading corn. I'm sitting in a tractor. There's my control switches, my screen, my throttle, my PTO, and my gate control. I'm running about 970 RPMs. We're running 2 vacs. They're backing out of the bin right there and back here. And then I'm running a catch cart over my shoulder here. And we're taking that corn and we're putting it in the semis to haul out to one of our feed mills. So that's the grand tour. I'm sitting in a nice air-conditioned cab with very little noise. I've got a air-conditioned seat. I've got the shiatsu massage. So yeah, life is good. If you enjoy what you do, you never work a day in your life. And I love my job. Been with the same company for the last almost 29 years now. So I grew up in the farming industry, been around agriculture my whole life, and I love it. I am. I enjoy what I do. Some days are harder than others, but then I do spend a good majority of my time in the office. Haley, we're going to make you a moderator. So you, Shelly, you can now go check out all these great people that are also in chat. So this, I work for a grain co-op, and we're a farmer-owned co-op, and I'm a location manager. And I I started as a guy outside, boots on the ground. Uh, so then I worked my way up, and they made me a location manager, and I'm in charge of three separate grain locations and the second largest agronomy division in our company. And once in a while, when we're doing stuff like this, they need extra help outside. So I get out of the office, and I get to come out and play with all these nice, neat toys. Shouldn't call them toys. They're large pieces of equipment, but I love doing it. We got, yeah, as far as some crop damage, on the way to work this morning, we had some straight line winds last night about 3:30 or so. And so, yeah, we got some straight line winds. We didn't get a lot of hail because we were just on the edge of it. But just to the east of us, they did get some hail and more damaging winds. But we didn't uh, we didn't get a lot of wind damage. I did see some corn that was tipped over, but not a lot, kind of on the edge of the field. So we did get a little, but it wasn't too bad. So we fared pretty well. Yes, got to get that vitamin D. Love that vitamin D. And it looks like the clouds are starting to clear off a little bit. So it was a beautiful, beautiful morning this morning. So, but yeah, thank you. 29 years this August, and I've been fortunate in my career that I have never ever had to look for a job except for when I was in high school, and that was the first job I got outside of outside off the farm, I should say. I went and applied, and I got a job at a fast food restaurant when I was in high school. But after that, I have had people I've had people come to me and say, "Hey, I want you to work for me." So I've been pretty fortunate about that, and been real fortunate. So yeah, these trucks are hauling about 1,100 bushel of corn. When they leave the lot. They run about 96,000 pounds going down the road for total gross weight. They're hauling about 57,000 pounds of corn. We need some rain in central Minnesota, getting dry here. Most of the rain has been south of Metro. Yeah, we got about an inch and a half last night or yesterday afternoon in about 15 minutes. The animals are fed and watered. Nice. That'll work. So, driver watches their gauges in their tractor or their truck, and they know when how much they need on the front, and then they move to the back. I get them stopped, and then they'll get out and they'll watch their back gauge, and they'll tell me when they need to shut it off. So yeah, we moved about just about 28,000 bushel of corn yesterday. Today we're hoping to shoot for about the same. We got a slow start this morning, so we may not hit that 28,000. And as they work their way across the bin, they uh, they lose section on those grain backs. Wonder how much kids are interested in the industry these days. Where I grew up, there was dairy farming around us. We had a lot of programs to encourage kids. Yeah, we have we have an internship that we do with some local colleges. Uh, that we're constantly. I think we usually have 8 to 10 interns a year that we bring in during the summer that are agricultural related, either in the agronomy, which is having to deal with your fertilizers and your chemicals, and, and plant and ground health. And then we also have administrative positions that we do as far as grain marketing and some other things as well. So we do. My company is involved with an internship program. So that's nice to get these college kids interested and that are looking to do this. The 4-H program around this area is we're in rural Iowa. So we have uh, a large farm presence out there. So we do have very large. We have a very large 4-H program. Uh, you were an FFA member back when I was a young man. Yes, I was also an FFA member. That was that was probably my most favorite thing in school was FFA, and that I enjoyed those. I enjoyed those years. That was about the only thing I liked about high school. From a meat packing part, we got animals from naturally fed farmers in Iowa, Ohio, Montana, and Canada. Nice. All right. Sorry, guys. I had a phone call. And the yeah, that's my bad. But it's kind of hard when you're streaming from the phone. So, but we lost some viewers, but that's all right. We'll get them back. So, yeah, had a phone call in. It was one of the bosses that runs his back crew. He called, wanted to know how progress we were going and what he needs to plan for tomorrow. So yeah, we're back. You guys didn't miss much. Yeah, you guys didn't miss much at all. So, but yeah, as soon as my seems like as soon as my phone rings, then I lose my signal as far as I can't stream. So, but it should be getting close to full here. So, welcome back, everybody. Sorry about that. I had a phone call had to take. I'm gonna idle this down just a little bit. Yeah, fresh corn here is like $70 a day. Yeah, I had one of the growers bring me in some sweet corn earlier this week, or no, end of last week. They brought me some sweet corn. Oh man, was it good! I do not buy sweet corn because I've got a lot of farmers that I interact with, so I get a lot of them will grow a small patch of sweet corn, and they've got more than what they can handle, so they bring in corn or tell me I can go out and pick it. So I'm very fortunate on that aspect. You saw the squirrel? Does the tractor regulate the flow of the corn? Well, in a way, yes. I've got a gate that I run, and when I get ready to shut it, I'll show you guys. So I regulate it myself with my RPMs and with my PTO, and which is power takeoff. And then I also run it with the gate that feeds the auger that feeds the corn into the truck. So yeah, I do kind of regulate it. The tractor doesn't do it for me. I've got to do it manually by flipping switches and running the throttle. But should be getting ready to go full here in a minute. Oh, I might have to get out and take a walk here in a minute. So yeah, the gate is right back there. As you can see, there's a there's a pipe there, right there, and there's a gauge that tells me how far my gate's open. PTO is hydraulic. Actually, it's run off the transmission. I think. I don't know. I'm not a John Deere mechanic, but I'm thinking it's all regulated off the transmission. Or regulated off the engine. There, he told me I was full, so I'm pulling back on the lever, closing the gate. The gate's closed. I'll get you guys set back down. I'll shut my PTO off. Okay, sir, you are loaded. And we got another one done. Gonna have to go get some work myself. Have a good day. You bet. Thanks for stopping in, Gary. I appreciate you. If we got a truck sitting out back, come on forward. If we got anybody out back, they can come on up. Let's see. That was Jared, I think. Well, I hope I got a truck sitting out back. If not, I might have to get out and shut these guys off for a little bit. So right now I've got enough capacity. I can hold probably about half a semi load in the back of this catch cart here. So my guys can keep running there. I think I got one coming. I do have one coming. This is perfect. Excellent. He's pulling in a little deep. He might have to do a little bit extra backing up. Yeah, he's gonna be too close. We'll see how this goes. But these guys are professionals. It says it on their license plates. Nope, I'm gonna have to pull ahead. Okay, we're back. As long as they aren't professionals, they're India. No, they're not. Looking good, Chris. Bring it on back. Yeah, they're from the Leering Center. Looking good, Chris. Bring it back. A little bit more. That'll work. So, yeah, I got a phone call that interrupted the stream, and then I couldn't get it back for some reason. But yeah, we've got a pretty good bunch of drivers. We got, I think we got like 50 some drivers in the company between our feed drivers and our hopper drivers. I imagine that's 6x6 on the ground for uh, the 6x6. Oh yes, that's we kind of make a little runway. We've got some paint on the ground. We've got hey little foot. On average, between 21 to 23 bucks an hour. I would say somewhere in there. Yeah, we've got some paint marks on the concrete. We've got 6x6. We got an orange cone and a bucket in the back. Kind of give them a little bit of a runway to get the drivers lined up. We also have it positioned. There's a nice long cut crack in the concrete that we try to center that so it's center of their truck. So that helps them also back up and guide. Yeah, it does help. And when we do projects like this, I try to make sure I talk to our dispatch, and I try to make sure once we get a set group of drivers. I've got 8 guys that are supposed to be hauling out of here today. Once I get those drivers the first day, then usually I try to ask for the same drivers again, so they they all know what's going on, and it kind of turns into a routine for the next 2 or 3 days. Thanks for stopping in, Littlefoot. I appreciate you coming in. So, yeah, Littlefoot. We're loading corn out, and one of our grain facilities we're backing. So, but driver Mike that was hot dogging it. So I'm just riding down the road, and the next service call go to all good to be here. Well, I appreciate you, but yeah, we're loading trucks. I'm running a 7R 250 John Deere, and we're running two vacs. We got an independent vac company that comes in and does this for us, and they're pulling out of the grain bin, and they're putting it in top of my catch cart here, and then I am putting it in the semis to go out for feed. That's good, Chris. So, but yeah, so that's what we're doing today. Thanks for stopping in and hanging out with us. Yeah, it's for fuel and feed, but most of this is going to feed right now. Going to lunch now. It's noon here. Yeah, it's 11 o'clock here. Love learning. Hey, I appreciate you stopping in and just hanging out. Will that answer the question for the cows? So we don't make cattle feed. We do make hog and chicken feed. We do them. Our feed. We've got two big feed mills for the company I work for. It's a grain co-op that I work for, and we have two large feed mills, and we also have a large ethanol plant that we supply ethanol or corn for to make ethanol. Yep. T Sue, you have a great lunch. I appreciate you coming in and hanging out. Let's see if we can get a little bit of wobble out of this. There we go. Yep, sitting in a nice air conditioned cab, hanging out. I got my air conditioned seat with shiatsu massage. Might be using that later after my ass gets tired. But so yeah, just hanging out. But I think after this truck gets loaded, I might have to run out and talk to the vac guys, see how they're coming inside the bin. But once we get started, these new tractors, they don't let you get out when you're running PTO. They don't let you get out of the seat to it automatically shuts the PTO off. So once you get started, you're kind of stuck in here, which isn't terribly a bad thing. So we got 5 people watching. Appreciate you guys all hanging out. These guys are hauling about 57,000 pounds of grain, of corn, about 1,000 bushel, and we're gonna. It takes about 15 or so minutes to get them loaded, and then they get on the road and they head off to our feed mill. It's about probably about a half-hour drive from here. Then they drop their payload and come back and get another one. We loaded about 28 trucks yesterday, moved about 28,000 bushel. So we had a good day. Wind's out of the right direction today. Yesterday it was blowing right towards the tractor. So Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to return some phone calls. I got some text messages that have been coming through. Probably need to do that. So uh, we will we'll chat later. Appreciate you guys all hanging out with me, and been on for a little over 2 hours. This has been great. So appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out. You guys have a wonderful afternoon, and we'll see you guys later. All right, bye bye now.